You're doing something completely normal. Maybe folding laundry, maybe scrolling through your phone. And then it happens. Their voice. Not a memory of what they said, the actual sound, the exact tone, the warmth or the edge or the laugh tucked inside a word they used to say all the time. And for a second, you're right back there. You feel it in your chest. You wonder if you're imagining it, but you're not. This isn't random. This isn't your mind playing tricks. There's a reason you suddenly remember their voice, and what I'm about to tell you will explain why it cuts so deep. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's really happening when their voice comes back. You'll know why it feels so visceral, so alive, even after all this time. And you'll learn what your mind is actually trying to tell you. Stay with me, because the first reason is something most people never consider.
Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't store memories the way a computer stores files. It stores them in layers. Sound, emotion, context, all woven together. And voice is one of the most emotionally charged layers. When you hear someone's voice over and over, your brain doesn't just remember the words. It remembers the frequency, the rhythm, the pauses. It maps their voice to feelings. Safety, excitement, pain, love. So when that voice suddenly replays in your mind, it's not just a memory, it's a trigger. Your nervous system recognizes it before your conscious mind does, and that's why it feels so real, because to your body, it is real. Now, here's what most people miss. That voice doesn't come back randomly. It comes back when something in your present mirrors something from your past. Maybe you're feeling the same kind of loneliness you felt with them. Maybe you're in a similar place, literally or emotionally. Your subconscious picks up on the pattern and it pulls their voice forward as a reference point. It's your mind saying, "I've been here before." But there's something even deeper happening, something I'll explain in just a moment that changes everything.
The second reason their voice comes back is because you never got closure with the feeling attached to it. Let me say that again. You never got closure with the feeling, not the person, not the conversation, the feeling. Maybe their voice is tied to a moment you never fully processed, a goodbye you didn't get to say, a fight that ended too soon, and I love you that hung in the air and never landed. Your brain holds on to that emotional charge, and when it resurfaces, it brings their voice with it, because that's the soundtrack to the unfinished story. You might think you've moved on, you might think you've healed, but if their voice still echoes, part of you is still listening for an ending. And that's not weakness, that's human. Some people believe this is your subconscious trying to integrate what was left open. Others describe it as an energetic imprint, a part of their presence that hasn't fully released from your field. Whatever you call it, the result is the same. You hear them, and it shakes you. But here's the part that might surprise you. Sometimes it's not even about them.
Let me tell you a story. A woman named Sarah told me she kept hearing her ex's voice at night. Just random phrases, things he used to say when they were happy. It happened for months. She thought she was losing it, but then she realized something. Every time she heard his voice, she'd been pushing herself too hard that day, working late, skipping meals, ignoring her own needs. His voice wasn't haunting her, it was reminding her of a time when someone noticed her, when someone asked if she was okay. Her mind was using his voice to flag her own exhaustion. Once she saw that, the voice stopped, not because she forgot him, because she started listening to herself.
Here's another one. A man named David heard his late father's voice whenever he stood at crossroads. Big decisions, career shifts, moments of doubt. He thought it was grief, and maybe it was, but it was also guidance. His father's voice had become the internalized tone of his own intuition, the part of him that knew what to do even when he felt lost. He wasn't hearing a ghost, he was hearing himself, filtered through the memory of someone who once believed in him. These stories matter because they show you something crucial. The voice you hear might not be about them at all. It might be about what they represented: safety, belief, challenge, love. And your mind is pulling that forward because you need it now. So let me ask you this. When you hear their voice, what are you feeling in that moment? Are you lonely? Are you scared? Are you making a choice that feels too big to make alone? And what did their voice used to mean to you? Did it mean you were seen? Did it mean you were safe? Did it mean you mattered? Because the answers to those questions will tell you why their voice is coming back now. This isn't about them, it's about you and what you're seeking in this moment of your life. Now here's the part most people completely overlook, and it's the key to everything.
The third reason you suddenly remember their voice is because your brain is trying to release it, not hold on to it, release it. I know that sounds backwards, but stay with me. When a memory keeps surfacing, it's often because your mind hasn't fully metabolized it yet. It's like your subconscious is saying, look at this, feel this, so we can finally let it go. The voice comes back because you're ready to process what it meant, not because you're stuck, because you're moving. Healing isn't linear. Sometimes it circles back to the same wound, the same voice, the same moment, so you can see it differently this time. Maybe the first time you heard their voice in your head, it brought only pain. But this time, maybe it brings understanding, maybe even forgiveness. Not for them, for you. For the version of you that loved them, that trusted them, that stayed longer than you should have or left before you were ready. And that's growth. That's your system integrating the past so it doesn't control the present. Many describe this process as the nervous system completing a cycle. The voice replays until the emotional loop closes, and once it closes, the voice fades. Not because you've forgotten, because you've healed. And then something happens that most people completely miss. You stop fearing the memory. You hear their voice and it doesn't knock you off center anymore. It's just a voice, a part of your history, no longer the loudest thing in your head. That shift is everything.
So what do you do when their voice suddenly comes back? Here's what actually helps. First, don't push it away. Let it surface. Let yourself hear it fully. Resisting it only prolongs it. Your mind is trying to tell you something. Listen. Second, ask yourself what you were feeling right before the memory came. Were you tired, anxious, hopeful? The emotional context matters. The voice is often a response to a present need, not a past person. Third, speak back to it, literally, out loud or in your mind. Say what you never got to say. Thank you. I'm angry. I release you. I forgive you. I forgive me. Completing the sentence completes the loop. Fourth, ground yourself in your body. Touch something. Feel your breath. Move. The voice lives in memory. Your body lives in now. Reconnecting with your body brings you back to the present. And fifth, give yourself permission to outgrow the meaning you once gave that voice. People change. You've changed. The voice you remember might not even match who they are now, and that's okay. You're not betraying the past by moving beyond it. Here's what I want you to understand. Suddenly remembering their voice isn't a sign that you're broken. It's not proof that you're not over them. It's evidence that you're human, that you loved or hurt or hoped or feared deeply enough to leave an imprint. And that imprint doesn't have to define you. You get to decide what it means. You get to decide when to hold it and when to release it. Their voice might echo, but your voice, the one you're building now, the one that speaks for your future, that voice is stronger. And every time you choose yourself, it gets a little louder. If this resonated with you, consider coming back. There's more here whenever you need it.